What's up guys, this is Guy from a band. Today I'm going to be talking to you about microphone. Specifically, tips on how to choose the best microphone for what you need. Spoiler alert, this video is going to end with the cop-out answer. At the end of the day, you will have to try the microphone out for yourself to know what works best for what you need. Vocals, guitar, drums. But what I'm going to be addressing is basically how to understand all the features that are listed on the side of the box, so you don't go wasting your time trying out thousands and thousands of mics. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about are mics you want to use while you're playing live. Traditionally, what people use while playing live are dynamic microphones. This doesn't mean you can't use the other type, condenser microphones, but they're just not as commonly used because condenser microphones are designed to pick up everything, as opposed to dynamic microphones, which are directional. So basically, dynamic, if you have the microphone facing your mouth, it's going to pick up what's coming out of your mouth. With a condenser mic, have it aiming at your mouth, it's still going to pick up trucks driving past your house 2 miles down the street. Basically the reason this matters, if you're jumping around a lot on stage, having the drums going behind you, everything's loud, you don't want it to pick up the crowd cheering, your feet stomping around, you just want it to pick up your voice, or if it's an acoustic session, the guitars as well. As I said before, some people do use condenser mics live as well. The advantage to using this live is that it does pick up everything. So basically, if you have a very quiet voice, or you have a lot of little undertones you do with your voice that you want to come through while you're playing it live, then a condenser microphone might be the way you want to go. Also, if you are miking up an acoustic guitar, a lot of people do prefer to use condenser mics as well, instead of just plugging the lead straight in, so they can hear the pick on the strings. Now if we look at recording, basically the opposite of everything we just said for playing live. Most common microphones used for recording are condenser mics, not dynamic mics. And again, for the reason, condenser mic pick up everything around you. And when you're recording, you want everything to come out. You want everything you're saying coming through in the recording as well. You don't want anything to go miss, which is where the advantage of condenser mics come in. Just like with live, when you're recording, some people do prefer to use the other type of microphone as well, in this situation, dynamic microphones. One of the main reasons you'd see a lot of people using dynamic microphones is if they've got a home studio set up, the room isn't acoustically treated, and like I said before, condenser mics have a habit of picking up everything, so if you don't have the room acoustically treated, you are going to hear the birds chirping outside, you're going to hear the trucks, you're going to hear the trains, you're going to hear the planes, everything is going to be picked up in it. If you have a dynamic microphone, it's directional. Traditionally, it's only going to pick up what's being aimed at it. Another reason someone might want to use a dynamic mic over a condenser mic, I haven't found this myself, but I've heard other people finding it, so it may work for you, but people tend to find it a bit more muddy, so a lot of the S's, P's, T's, D, essentially the sort of things that come out kind of violent when we're pronouncing it in recording, aren't as violent. They're a lot more muffled out, which is where the muddy tone comes from. With a lot of people that can't afford to spend thousands of dollars mixing and mastering sort of thing, and they want to save themselves a lot of the effort, they will go for that option instead. Again, just personally, not something I would do or recommend. Again, like I said, the condenser mic picks up everything, and for me, I want all of my voice to come through. And if you do know a bit about the mixing and mastering stages, then the T's, the S, the D's, the P's are quite easy to work out. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have any questions about this video, or suggestions for future videos, just leave me a message and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible, and probably make a video about it. I've said this before, but I'd much rather watch a video than have to read through pages of notes.